Hello, everyone here can hear us? Yes, looks like it. Good.
Yep.
Wow. I have everything set up except my VTuber model.
Duh.
Shut up! Shut up!
Stop.
There's always that one thing.
Fucking gonna
That's
murder
like
all
the
of
one.
y'all.
That's like the most important thing. You
No,
are
it's
a
not.
VTuber.
No! Shut the fuck up! Ah! Fuck you. Okay, while that's booting up.
I think we can all agree this is definitely a scuffed stream, right?
No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Like
Banned.
100%.
Banned.
It is scuffed like the tips of my Doc Martens. I don't find them.
Okay. There we go.
I'm looking at them right now.
No,
They
no,
are scuffed.
Shut
They're
up.
scuffed like this stream.
Fuck you.
Wow, you should call one root and the other one suh.
Jesus. Oh,
No,
my
the other
goodness,
day I
you
was
all.
writing.
Good. Root stuff. Let's go.
I was
Yeah.
writing a song about my Doc Martens because no, I'm not even kidding. I was, and how I never shine them because I'm lazy, and you know I never got to finish it, and I realized I have a perfect simile right here, right here,
Christ.
There we go, finally.
just like Ritz's stream.
Shut the fuck up. Shut
My
the
boots are
fuck-
scuffed.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I'm going
These
to murder
boots
all
are
of you.
made-
Welcome to the final
In my
session
mind,
of
I can
Unfinished
hear her
Symphony.
scream.
The party's about to be fucking TPK'd.
Oh,
Please,
Then we'll
please
just
end
we'll just
Drexel's
come
life
back.
before he can make more mistakes. Please do that. He's already. He should have died. Like, I'm not even kidding. He's a man who has like done his life right, and he should just like objectively not get to continue it. But he just is because he's a PC.
I understand.
I'm glad that Drexel's alive. I love him very much.
Yeah.
I will sacrifice him for a pretzel, but
Oh,
Why is
he'd-
that?
he'd sacrifice a lot for a pretzel.
no, he's just a pretzel loving boy.
No, because he doesn't like anything. It's not even true. I'm lying about my character.
Alex be like not gonna lie, then lies.
But you know me at this point. Absolutely. Here's the thing: is I'm not that great of a liar, right? Okay, no, I'm a pretty good liar. I don't like lying that.
No, you're a pretty good liar, especially to me. I went, "Hey Alex, is the school in your game evil?" And you went, "Nah," and I went, "I guess they're not evil."
Why? What is going on?
Well, here's the thing. I'm good at lying.
You're good at making things seem like casual and chill.
I'm a manipulative asshole. But like, here's the thing:
Yes.
is I don't enjoy
I know
being
what it
fake.
is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's really funny to lie.
Top
It is
10
very
things a
funny.
sociopath will say.
No, I don't enjoy lying. Okay, like I don't get like a rush from it.
Uh-huh.
I just think that sometimes it's truer to lie. Does that?
We're
make
going to get
sense?
canceled.
Hi, Miss.
Alex, you're
hi,
going to get us
I'm not gonna get-
canceled.
hi,
I'm
Mr.
not gonna say I'm making
1984.
a Okay, first of all, yes, but no. Second of all, okay, no. What
There
I'm
we go,
saying
finally.
here is, it's a philosophical question, right? If you're choosing to lie about something, right? There's truth in that choice to lie. Truth that you would not get otherwise by telling the truth. That's so wacky to me.
Shut the fuck up,
The truth
Poe.
of
This is not Poe talking. This is another character talking.
that's Ellis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the truth in how I fucked your mom last night. Let's fucking go.
Woo!
Jesus. Why?
But think about it this way.
Why?
You telling me that you fucked my mom, that's a lie. But there's so much truth and genuine sincerity in that in that interpretation of reality. It comes with a level of honesty and
Alex,
Okay.
Alex, you sound like Ellis gaslighting a schizophrenic patient right now.
Yes. Yes. Jesus.
okay.
Okay. No,
One day you'll
start,
learn
damn
that
it.
I am just my characters in real life.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So, where we left off last time, Magnus had decided to Tempest headquarters to talk with the prisoners, and the rest of the party had gone back to the Butterfly Inn. And as I'm sure you'll remember, the innkeeper came and asked you all if you had seen his husband, to which you hadn't. And you guys were highly insensitive about it.
I'm so sorry.
Annika just wanted him to be prepared for the worst.
Oh my god.
I just genuinely thought he'd die.
The campaign doesn't end with the villains killing you. It ends with the townsfolk chasing you out of town. That's how this campaign will end.
Honestly, probably for the best.
But yes. So, it went late into the night. Our first scene is actually going to take place at the Tempest headquarters. There it is. Move the players to it so you can see. Roll 20. Please load the map. Thank you. Oh, I should erase the people who aren't there. Which is...
Yes. Just snap them out of existence.
Yes, I forgot to actually set up who was here beforehand. This didn't happen. Okay. We're actually over here. Okay, there we go. And... okay. So, yes.
Yes,
Our scene-
okay, with this whole thing, one of the main reasons Magnus wanted to stay behind was to just keep an eye on them throughout one night. They're making sure whatever mental thing affecting Ehvinas doesn't kick over during the night. Yeah, pretty much just making sure she stays safe.
I believe...
Yep, so...
Here, let me open up the thing. So, and I believe Magnus had questions he had wanted to ask them as well.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah, just need... So, are we still in the interrogation room?
Yes, I'll say it's the interrogation room because it's more comfortable to sit and talk with them than the actual holding cells for them.
Yep.
Plus, I never built holding cells maps, so shut up.
Fair. Yep.
And we'll say about the time that this is like fairly early in the morning, even. Like sun's probably going to be coming up soon. They've actually slept a bit and then been brought back up to discuss more with you.
So we would have already had our long rests and everything.
Yes, everyone's going to be long rested at the start of this session, so everyone will be fully healed and all that.
Yep.
Thuridan has stayed pretty anxious throughout all this questioning, even though he's calmed down a little bit, but he still feels clearly like, you know, oh man, I'm in deep shit. Ehvinas has not been necessarily aggressive and rude towards you, but has definitely been a bit snarky and somewhat cooperative, but also kind of like confrontational in certain regards.
Yep.
As you're all sitting and talking and asking your questions to him, Xing will peek his head in through the door for a moment to like get your attention. Hey, Magnus, just wanted to let you know we're going to be sending the guards to go and see if Ehvinas is telling the truth and acquire all of that gold sangunium that was supposedly stored at the farm. Just come and let me know if anything suspicious happens with her or anything.
I can do what's Xing.
Excellent, good. And he just gives you a nod and like closes the door.
Yep.
Ehvinas like gives a shrug after he leaves. I was like, well, I don't know what kind of shenanigans he's expecting. I can't really do much while I'm in here. Now you'll find that I was telling the truth. I have no reason to lie about this. But at any rate, I suppose you want to continue asking on about our cohorts, as it was?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I would like to know more about people that actually died last night, if you wouldn't mind.
I suppose so. You weren't exactly a really tight-knit group of friends and whatnot, at least on my end, but we did know at least somewhat about each other. Thuridan over here, I think, was a bit more friendly with a few of them. And she just kind of looks over to Thuridan, who's just kind of sitting there, kind of fiddling with his hands.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I knew them a bit better. Is there one in particular you wanted to know?
Yes, I just wanted to know what sort of people they were. If you have that information.
Well, let me see. We had, the guy who, your, Tethian friend had, shot while he was unconscious, while he was knocked out or whatever, his name was Vorin. I didn't talk with him too much, but I think he was I think he worked as a butcher, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Warren. Yeah, would you say he was a decent sort of person?
Well, I mean, I guess. I don't think he ever did anything too rude or mean. Like, I guess this whole thing we've been a part of is a bit shady, but he was he was always pretty nice, I think. There was what was his name? The other one that the Tethian guy had shot. His name was Fulman. He was a bit of an asshole, to be honest. And Thuridan's he can't quite tell, but for some reason he still seems really anxious. He's kind of just fiddling with his fingers still, just kind of like not keeping like eye contact with you for long amount of time. Ehvinas is kind of just leaning back, taking the whole thing very, in stride. She seems very confident of herself right now as Thuridan talks. And there was also the other guy, what was his name? And he looks over to oh my god, to Ehvinas. And he's like, that was that guy you knew, right? And she's like, I guess, if you want to put it that way. His name was Volmer. I suppose he wasn't that bad of a person, but had a bit of an ego, so to speak, that I think was a bit undeserved. I always thought he was the greatest painter of all of the city and in the lands. Never shut up about how he got into art shows and whatnot. I think it was mostly that he just knew people, honestly. don't think there's anything special about his art. She, like, stretches out her arms above her head and kind of leans forward to look at you and says, "But, why even bother asking, you little friend of ours? I'm sorry, quite not sure what you are. Are you, like, some kind of machine thing? Or are you just a person that's very small and wearing a very ornate armor set?"
I am a machine. I'm a construct.
Interesting. Well then, who ordered you to come question us about all this stuff?
No one. It was my own choice to learn more about the people who died last night.
I see, okay. That's odd for a construct. I can't say I've ever heard of a construct that does things on its own. Pardon if that's rude. I think the only constructs I've known to be like that are those, what are they called, those Veritas? Those weird, creepy, lanky robots.
Yes. But yeah, I was designed so that I could act on my own. It was the whole point of my creation.
I see. And she looks like she's about to say something before she kind of like, you know, her eyes kind of shut and like strain, like she's getting a headache again. Excuse me, I don't think I've properly been hydrated enough. Getting an absolutely dreadful headache right now. She just kind of like puts her head in her hand for a moment, and Thuridan speaks up again. Do you know what they're gonna do with me?
Yes, I cannot honestly say right now, but if you were unaware of most of what was going on, I suspect you would be dealt with rather fairly.
Yeah, I'm probably the newest person in our little group. I think this is my first time ever supposed to be part of a pickup like this. And like it's starting to click why he's, you know, so fidgety and fiddling. This is literally like he's basically a brand new initiate, and this is literally his first major event, and it's gone all so wrong.
Yep. So, how much did you know about what dropped off last night?
Well,
Did you know where the sangunium was coming from?
I didn't know like specifically it. I knew that we were meeting that shopkeeper guy. Oh god, I can't remember his name. I never even met him before. That he was bringing us gold sangunium, and I thought, like, I had heard he ran a sangunium store, so I figured he just, you know, bought it in or something for us. If he got it somewhere illicit or illegal, I definitely don't really know about that.
He was harvesting the sangunium from a narrative. If was delivered to him here through your organization, the Golden Cloaks.
Yeah, I honestly I'm like, he's getting really nervous about hearing that, and Ehvinas kind of speaks up through her headache. She's like, yeah, he knew nothing about all that. She's kind of like got her head forward in both her hands right now.
Yes, if you did know, would that have changed any of your decisions?
Well, I mean, I thought this whole group was just about basically, you know, kind of getting into the, you know, high society partying and all that stuff. Like, I grew up in the slums down in Eslaway, like, as a kid. Kind of ran away in my teens and ended up here. Like, I didn't, you know, everyone in this group seems to be, you know, out for all the finer things in life, I guess. I just wanted to, you know, get a taste of it and all that. And, he kind of like stops talking to try and like take some deep breaths and calm himself down. But like, yeah, I wouldn't have joined if I knew it was like making anything like suffer or anything like that. I don't know much about those Neratep, and I've heard they're kind of creepy, but you know, it's kind of a brutal thing. Ehvinas just kind of waves her hand and just says, "It's a brutal world." Her headache just seems to be getting worse.
Yeah, just because it's a brutal world, yeah, it isn't an excuse to bring more brutality into it.
She gives like a bit of a chuckle underneath her pain, is like, "Ugh, you sound even younger than him."
That's probably because I am.
She snickers at that. Time goes on a bit by you know, you ask little details about their friends and cohorts. They don't seem to be too closely knit, at least for Thuridan's case. Ehvinas doesn't share too much in personal details.
Yes, with that, I got the name of three other people that was there, but there was another two. There was another two people. I was one. So I have a list of people here. So it was the guy above Ehvinas that was wanted by Dijon, that was Thromon.
Mm-hmm.
There was the person who was knocked out when Dijon killed him, but was Vorian. And then one more Velma, who was killed either by Enaka or by Dijon again.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just one person that we're missing.
Okay, one person.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not counting the shopkeeper, Lorifa.
Yes, that was them. As they're like making chat with you, you find the last person's name was Askel, and he was another new recruit like Thuridan.
Yep, and none of these names mean anything to me at all, do they?
No, they don't seem like any like important people or anything. And all the details they share about them, they sound like people who just either, you know, are new to town or just ran very mundane lives, you know, shopkeepers, butchers, you know, nothing that stands out as being like some crazy extravagant people. These, at the very least, seem to be very small tier in terms of the organization. Ehvinas is clearly the most important person in this cell of cultists, so to speak. But after about an hour of chatter, Ehvinas's headache starts to get better for a bit. And eventually she speaks up. "Look, you know, I don't know how long they're going to take getting that stuff, and I'd rather just get out of town. Can't you go and talk with your officer friend?" And like she starts to all of a sudden start like fumbling with her words and just kind of like leans her head forward again and is like gripping at it really intensely.
With what? Can I do a medicine or arcana check to see if it is from what spell thing that's on her?
Yes, you may.
Yep. Which one? Because I think I'm pretty much the same in both.
Yeah, you can do a medicine one. I'll count that for this one, since you know it's the spell. You can. Just
No, wait, sorry. Right, I'm proficient in arcana. Sorry.
Okay, then do Arcana then, yes. Oh my gosh!
Sorry.
Thank you for the raid, Doggo. Welcome everyone to stream.
Ooh, 20.
Oh my goodness, nice. All right, so you can tell that the spell that is currently on her is activating quite intensely right now. You don't know exactly what it's going to do, but you feel that whatever is supposed to be the purpose of it, whatever protection or whatnot it's supposed to be, is starting to trigger.
Yep. So here seeing that, Magnus just opens the door and yells out, out. Hey, Xing. Hey, we have a muscle issue.
It takes about like 30 or like not 30, sorry, about like 10 or so seconds before Xing runs in with another woman who's presumably some kind of healer or whatnot. They kind of run over to her and check on her. She's like, her head is throbbing in her hands. She's holding her head down to the table, but as she's like kind of twitching about and whatnot, you get a quick look at her eyes and see that her eyes are just flat out shining complete gold. Like there's just gold going from it. Thuridan kind of stands up and backs away. She's starting to like actually scream in pain and whatnot. Xing is trying to hold her down. The woman is like using some healing magic from her hands on her, trying to like combat the effects of the spell. It doesn't seem to be working. And as Xing is trying to hold her back, she lets out one final scream before like her head just like erupts in gold. Like there's no blood or gore or anything like that. It's like a golden mist. Not a pea head. God damn it! Why you gotta do this? Try to have a big dramatic moment. God damn it. But yes, her head just kind of like bursts in gold, and there's like a gold fiery mist where it used to be. Thuridan, like, just in the corner is like completely dead silent, just like faints and falls over. You're just kind of standing there, and Xing's kind of just there with a gold splatter on him and the healer, and he's like, well, that's a new one. And that'll be that for scene, because we'll see what the rest of the party was off doing while this happened.
Well, what's another name to the list?
Yes.
My husband.
I'll traumatize whoever I want. I'm the DM. I get to
Leave
decide
him
whose heart it
alone.
breaks. Yes. It's a bit later, and is now at we are now at the metal buffalo. Oh my god, the metal butterfly inn.
Very different animal.
Jesus. It's
They
early.
have to be designing.
Yeah, there's just metal buffaloes all over the.
I mean,
place.
the metal butterfly guy died, so you know.
Yes.
No, he perished a horrible, horrible death after not coming home for an hour.
Jesus.
His head probably exploded in piss.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
Stop it! Stop ruining my color! Damn it. But yes. So it is the morning now. You are all here. It is a quiet morning. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place or uneventful or eventful or anything. You notice that the Drillian husband is there at the bar. He seems perfectly fine, not worried or distraught, and is just talking with some of the other guests while you all are getting ready for dinner.
Wait, was
For
the
breakfast,
Drillian?
I mean.
The Drillian one wasn't the one that was missing, right?
The Drillian... No, yeah, it was the Tethian one that was missing.
Yeah, no, Cypress is going to, it's the next morning, correct? It's
Yes.
not weird for me to do this,
No.
like, 5 minutes after they...
No, it is the
approach.
morning
Okay,
now.
good.
It is the morning.
Yeah, Cypress is going to, approach, the bar, and they're like, hello, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. It's a very nice morning. How are you? I hope your sleep was good. I'm quite proud of our establishment.
It was quite nice as usual, yes. Has your husband come back? You seem a lot more calm.
He looks really puzzled at you at the question. Looks at you and goes, like, husband?
Oh no. Oh no. No! Not during Pride Month! Yeah.
Damn it.
He forgot he's gay! That or his husband came out last night. Cypress tilts their head and like kind of flicks their ears, and they're like, "Yes, you had mentioned that he'd gone missing. So I was, checking up."
He's kind of like confused by that and says, "I'm sorry to say, I think you might be confused about something. I've never had a husband."
Oh. Why did you lie to me?
He raises his eyebrow. Lie to you? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that you are gaslighting me right now. Well, I understand. Have a good night. Have a good day. And then they're going to return to the table.
Oh my god.
And they're like,
Yo, what's up?
the innkeeper seems to be gaslighting me. He claims that he never had a husband.
Well, that's not true.
But that, yes, that or it is true, and for some reason he has been lying to us.
Ask who made the metal butterflies then.
Oh, okay. Here, go back. Excuse me.
Yeah?
Cypress is just like, oh, sorry, was that the guy?
Yes, it's the guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Cypress is like, if you are not married, then who made all the metal butterflies?
He goes to answer, and he kind of struggles for a moment and starts thinking. He like puts his hand to his like chin, and like he's clearly deep in thought and thinking for a second. He's just starting to ponder something he hadn't pondered before. He's like, I think my he kind of looks at them on the wall and he's like, I think I had hired someone to make them, I think, a long time ago, but I can't remember them, honestly.
Oh. Is it possible that that person you don't remember was your husband?
I would like to think that if I had a husband, I would do a much better job of remembering him.
Yes, that's what I would like to think too. However, you have introduced us, and mentioned him quite a few times. I believe that your memory has been erased, but that is just a theory at this moment in time.
He kind of gives you a bit of a funny look and says, look, you can do what you want to do, but I got some people I need to help. I'm not really appreciating this whole pretending I have some like husband I don't remember gag. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop, please, ma'am.
Cypress kind of blinks, and they look very like genuinely pretty confused as to why he thinks that they're like pulling one over on him. But they nod and they're like, okay. Well, I will give fair warning that I will stop, but perhaps the rest of my party will not. Good luck. And then they're gonna go back to sit at the table, and they're like, well, either he really did not appreciate our comments last night, or his husband has been erased from his mind completely. I am leaning towards the latter.
Am I?
Right, well... I mean...
Which is quite unfortunate. They were a cute couple.
You didn't really see them together that much.
But they look nice individually, so they would look nice together.
Sure. If you so insist. However, perhaps. Can I cast Detect Magic
Yes.
ritually
Okay.
to see if any effect is on this guy?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yes.
It
This
was
is how
just
I
like 10 minutes.
This is how I'm celebrating Pride Month. I'm deleting the Pride characters.
Thankfully, the entire party is queer as fuck. Except for Digian, who is queer by being our token straight.
The token straight.
I have no
Yeah.
idea if Digian is straight.
I'm just looking at the guy. Well, not. Yeah, no, I stare at people anyways. Whatever. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna see.
He's your husband. That's a good
What's
one.
up, you know?
Imagine if someone just had that power.
Yes.
It's
I'm
me.
sorry.
I have that power.
I'm sorry. Do you have to roll for detect magic?
No.
No.
I'm just
Okay.
detecting magic.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's... Yeah, what's for range on it?
Hmm?
What's for range on Detect Magic again? 30 feet?
It's pretty big. It's like 30 to 60.
Yeah, within 30 feet of
30
you.
feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not. Doesn't seem like a huge bar.
All
If
right.
anything, I can go up. If
No,
I
no, it's fine. You roll from there. It's fine. I just wasn't sure if there need to be rolls on. But anyway, you cast detect. You try to sense it if there's any magic on him, and to your not surprise, there is in fact magic on him. What is most surprising is that same magic is actually coming from everyone in the bar, save your group.
Huh.
Oh.
We are in the midst of a conspiracy, it seems.
In addition to the one we
Oh.
already were in?
Perhaps they are related. See, at the moment, everybody in this entire establishment, except for the four of us, are currently under some sort of magical effect. One that, well, I'm assuming has something to do with something odd going around here, and the forgetting of a husband is, well, a little bit odd. But this reminded me of... Could you ask, if he heard any weird sounds last night?
Me?
Yeah. You already have, like, a thing with him.
Oh, okay. I promised that I would not bug him, but I will simply ask.
Any of the
Because-
other people will do as well. I'm just curious of something.
Okay. Yeah, Cypress is going to approach, and they're like, hello, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
That is good to hear. Speaking of hearing, did you hear anything last night that was particularly odd or out of place?
Like what do you mean?
Drexel, what is it that I mean?
Any strange sounds, perhaps? Of any kind?
Well, I don't recall hearing anything out of the ordinary. Like, I think I heard like some people shouting at some point outside, but that's kind of like, you know, not too out of place considering, you know, there's a lot of bars and stuff around here. I mean, I guess I heard weird music in my dream, but you know, that's just a dream.
Weird music in your dream. boom, boom, boom.
What are you doing?
Can you repeat that again?
Projectiles are flying around the bar.
I don't know.
Could you describe this music for me, perhaps, in detail?
Well, I'm not like, I don't know. It's it's been a few hours since I woke up. It was just kind of like a weird
No time like
mishmash
the
of
present. Weird mishmash. Okay.
weird
okay.
mishmash of like horns and strings.
Horns.
It wasn't
Horns.
scary or anything, but I couldn't find or see it or anything or what was making it. It was just kind of there in the background as I kind of just, I don't know, had a normal dream otherwise, I guess.
I see. I'm gonna turn to one of these guys at the bar and be like, "Hello, I have a question for you.
Oh yeah.
Did you dream about any weird music?"
I don't think so, but I don't really remember my dreams.
What about you, other person?
I mean, I guess I heard horns in my dreams, but they weren't like weird or anything.
This confirms it.
Cypress puts down a gold piece, even though they haven't bought anything, and then returns to the people.
Alright.
I'm sorry, they probably
So-
think we're the most unhinged group of people in the entire fucking world.
They'll thank us later when we bring the husband back, okay?
That man is fucking dead.
No, he needs to make me a butterfly, bitch. Okay, so here is the theory that is currently in my head, one that I believe is 100%, at least 90% true. So, I take out the child's drawing of the music man, slam it on the table. This here is the source, supposedly, of strange music that has been occurring through the city. Now, the reason why I was thinking of it was because the child that explained it to me mentioned that the people around her didn't remember it at all, despite her having a vivid experience with the thing, the guy. And the thing is about that is that well, you would probably remember Digian and Annika since you were there, but we did run into this story when we were tailing the different locations that the Treant fucked with. So this is bringing to my attention that perhaps not only is this effect perhaps impacting people of this bar and establishment, but perhaps also related to the larger conspiracy that we are investigating, and perhaps our investigation of such conspiracy has brought it to this bar in the first place.
Kind of frowns, and they're like, I can understand. Most of that. My problem is that I do not understand why it does not affect us.
Well, there could be a multitude of reasons. For one, we are all, at least for me, I have... He thinks for a moment, like, he's like trying to figure out what he's thinking, and he says, we are all involved in the investigation of this entire thing, correct? If it is connected to it, there would be a difficulty in erasing our memories, as we are currently employed by an organization that would probably come and, well, suss it out, right? Though it does make me wonder what this butterfly maker had to do with it. Maybe perhaps he's part of the organization?
He is either part of the organization, or he is, unfortunately, collateral damage, if that makes any sense.
Maybe. Or he's related to the experiments that are being, well, performed in this city that we know about. We found a laboratory. Obviously, not every artificer is going to be housing some skeletons in their closets, but, well, everyone I've met has, so.
Cypress nods sagely. It's like, well, we should probably begin investigating where he went.
Indeed.
This
I
does raise
just-
the question of, well, we're going to need to probably find some sort of way to ward ourselves from this effect, should it try to impact us either way. Maybe the site of the hotel that we were on, or other things that are less concrete than in our investigation are keeping us from this spell, meaning that I do not want to have my memories influenced in any way. I have no interest in it.
Yes, that sounds bad. I might have a solution to that, but I am not thrilled about it, to tell you the truth. I also worry that perhaps our memories have not been messed with because we are doing exactly what it wants.
I suppose they can't be discounted.
It should not be. But yes, in terms of, well, the music man, it is said that he wanders around the streets of Arcana, yes? Closer to the center of the city? I do have a home on the outskirts of town that he probably does not approach. I am not excited to invite you all there, but it is an option.
He nods. Well, we should have at least a few safeguards in place. Do you have a pen of some sort?
Cypress give pen.
He's gonna write on his arm, to cast detect magic, like ritually every few hours to check if there's a magical effect on the party.
Good idea.
This way, and he hands the pen back to Cypress. This way, even if I forget what is going on, or if we forget what is going on, well, I've dealt with this kind of bullshit before, so.
Was Xing gonna say something?
Not really. I'm real. He doesn't really have anything to add to this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I heard you talking. So I was like,
Well, as you're all discussing this, Magnus, Gizmo, and Xing walk in through the door.
Yeah.
Xing's
Looks
still covered in
really
piss.
traumatized.
What is
She
Magnus's traumatized eye color?
Jesus.
Hey, he won't have an eye color if he's traumatized. He'll just be blank.
Oh.
Jesus. Also, is it wrong that when you were saying you're gonna write onto your arm detect magic, I was gonna say you were gonna write baby stand?
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I don't know I know it's a JoJo reference, but I don't know to what.
Exactly what it says, baby
Guys.
stand.
I'll explain later.
Okay.
Yes. Alright. Yeah, Xing, and Magnus and Gizmo will walk up to the table. Xing is mostly clean, but you all notice that there's gold specks around the top of his coat still.
Sir, please, it's okay. Let it go. It wasn't your fault.
We all
Xing?
fear ourselves sometimes.
So, there's been some developments that are a bit peculiar. Well, firstly, I have bad news, and not necessarily bad, but worrisome news. The bad news, the worrisome news is that the agents I sent to the farm have yet to return or send any kind of message, and they really should have by now. The worse news is we have one less lead because Ehvinas has died.
So,
How the fuck did that happen?
Well, Magnus was just interviewing, talking with the two, and apparently she started having a headache again. It seemed fine for a while. Eventually I heard Magnus calling for me. Me and one of our healers ran in there. Her headache was immense to the point of her literally screaming. Her eyes began to glow gold, and her head just kind of exploded into, well, as far as we can tell, gold sanguinium.
hence the golden jacket.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
It was like a big yellow balloon popping.
Wow. Poetic. So, I suppose we have our news of our own. We believe that there is some sort of magical effect currently on... Or no, there is a magical effect currently cast onto the people in this tavern, all except for the four of us. It is assumedly making them forget the existence of the tavern keeper, who last night apparently never came home. The husband of the bar owner, who now has no idea, well, that they are married at all. It was paired with apparently reports of dreaming odd music, horns, things like that. And that aligns up with the reports of music that we got during our investigations of the various tree sites. And it also goes along with, well, headaches aren't really something we've noticed here, but the people we were interrogating, they did have issues remembering things that they should have known. It seems like there is some connection here, or whatever connections we're finding are following us back home.
I see. Well, if that's the case, perhaps you might find other lodging if you feel this place has been compromised.
Yes, it does definitely feel compromised. I'm so glad you noticed.
Cypress is, thank you for the opportunity, Alex. Cypress is going to reach out and rest hand on Xing's arm.
You're welcome, wingman.
Just keeping it at a full check. Quite literally. Yeah, no, and gives him a slight nod. Like, I am thinking of inviting them back to my home. I am sorry that happened. I am sure it was quite upsetting.
Well, I don't want to dismiss it as being a commonplace event, but I've been around for a while. I've seen worse things happen. Honestly.
Yeah, Cypress nods, and then kind of tilts their head and is like, I think that we should probably be pursuing this as...
Yes.
Well, the meetup with AD is not supposed to happen until... Is it another 2 days or just the next day? I'm confused. 3, 4, 4.
I don't remember the original time I said. If I'm remembering correctly, it should be tomorrow.
Yeah, it should just be the day after.
Yeah, because that's what I thought, but I was like, I don't want to be stupid. Considering that the meeting with AD is not supposed to happen until tomorrow, we could spend the day gathering information about this, and then, if it is necessary, retiring to my home.
I see. Well,
I
sounds...
do have something to say, though. You mentioned that we were not... that the people you sent to confiscate the Sanguinum have not gotten in contact. Cypress, is it
Yes.
possible you could use your... or Xing, you could use your familiar to check in on what is going on?
I did do that, and I was going to bring up to... if you would like to go and follow up what I've investigated, as I've sent my familiar. They're currently on their way back, and the farm looks perfectly fine. A lot of the workers are about. It looks perfectly normal, but I have no sight of my guards, and no sign of any kind of altercation there or on the way there, so I don't know what happened. But if you would like to go to the farm and investigate the supposed location...
Yeah. Oh, I can go at least. Where
Let's
is
see
it?
Up at the Crescent Moon farm, there is a shed next to the windmill.
Well, we should be able to go there on the way to your home, Cypress.
Yes, perhaps. Are they like around the same area?
Yes, they're on both the same side of town. Like, it's a bit of a walk between the two, but
Yeah.
you can go to the farm and then head towards the place.
Okay. Yeah, Cypress nods and they're like, yes, it is on the way, actually. That's quite convenient. Well, what should we do first? Or should we just focus on one for now and then the other at a later date?
We should deal with the farm first, because we don't want them to have as much sanguinum as they want for their thing.
I agree.
Alright.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree with a farm. Yeah, just so that we can potentially save our people sent if they're in danger.
Yeah, Cypress nods and is like, very well. Well, let us hope that they are not all, dying in horrible ways. Yes?
Yes.
That would be mostly convenient.
Maybe they're already dead.
That is a very likely, scenario, but, well, we do not know until we check.
Indeed.
Yeah, Cypress is going to stand up and nod to Xing and be like, we will let you know as soon as we have, any information. I will send Licorice.
He gives a nod. Of course, I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you, Xing. Thank you for being in my life.
Jesus
Yeah, cool. Well, farm time?
Yeah, farm time.
Yep.
Stardew Valley music starts playing in the background.
Where is... Yes. Alright, let's get to the proper map. Actually, let's put down the minis, then get to the proper map. This map is very big because I made this forever ago and I just was making maps and stuff, so you'll have to go over to where everyone's supposed to be. I'll put you right outside the shed.
Okay.
I'm still in my inn right now.
Yes, I haven't moved you
I'm not
over.
sure it was intentional.
No, I'm just dropping I'm dropping the players first so you know where you're supposed to be. Okay, there we go. Now you should be at the farm. You have to go to the
There we are.
right.
I find us.
Yep, I see us.
Nope, I didn't drop any gizmo.
Yeah,
There you go.
we need the best boy.
Yes, there you go.
He's a farm dog now.
Yep. Yes.
It's okay. It's okay, Magnus. We just took Gizmo to a farm where he'll be happy. He'll be able to run around.
Here, check.
Yep, all good. Hey,
Okay. Okay. But yes, the farm is doing quite well. It's clearly quite new, only having been built in the last few years. All the houses are fairly new, good condition. The fields are full of various wheats and foodstuffs. There's workers going about, but I just don't have the minis down for. Animals and whatnot. The windmill is currently spinning and grinding. Everything seems perfectly normal, and nothing seems out of place. You find the shed that must be the one you were instructed to, and it looks uneventful. It has no windows. It's just clearly some kind of storage shed.
Sus.
And yeah, the door does not appear to have been opened at all.
Well, time to open the shed.
yeah, yep.
Who's
Hey, it's time to head into my murder shack.
Cypress is going to look for anyone who might see them.
All right. Nobody seems to be paying attention to you.
I'm gonna try and open
Okay.
it. Is it locked?
Yes, it is locked.
Cool, I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
All
I
right.
got proficiency with that shit, bro.
All right.
Except I do shit. How do I use this? How do I use thieves' tools?
I
believe it's
I
just a
have no
dexterity
idea.
check.
Is it just a sleight of hand, or?
I'm pretty sure sleight of hand is the.
Yeah, it's sleight of hand, yes.
Well, here's hoping. I'm gonna guidance
Okay.
myself. Okay, let's add some guidance. It's 15? It's not bad.
Okay. With the 15, you hear the lock click. You have succeeded.
Yay.
Oh, shit.
Good, because otherwise I was just going to use fire. I kicked the door open.
You give the door a kick, but it does not budge. There is clearly
Oh.
something pushing
Well.
it against it.
I guess.
Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I have anything.
If you don't, I'm
Sleep
gonna
on the
firebolt this fucking door.
No, oh my god, please don't fire me.
If there's something blocking that door, Magnus would order Gizmo to just bloody shoulder charge with the damn thing.
I was gonna ask if there were any windows at all.
There are no windows, no.
Okay, because and I could teleport in with line of sight, but
Yes.
without line of sight you can't.
Yes.
Hey, can Gizmo ram the door?
I have an idea that might help that.
Oh.
I guidance Gizmo.
And because this has less risk of going wrong than fire, she's going to cast Chill Touch on the door to decay it.
Okay. I will allow that.
Just to see how effective it ends up being, I guess.
All right. Well, it does kind of fuck up the
Re-
door.
Which would make it easier to bust through.
Yes. And now Gizmo's gonna bash through it, eh? With the guidance of Drexel. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Give him a pet.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Cypress
ice.
is
Ice check.
Yep.
Cypress will also bardic inspiration, Gizmo.
But don't
Get
give me
through
the
this
most
door one way or
everyone.
another.
Okay.
God.
I like you were all participating to fuck the specific door.
Hey,
Fuck
we
no.
don't have
But
to do
I-
this shit, bro.
Yeah, but an 8 plus Here, what do I roll for guidance and inspiration?
The inspiration.
Yep,
Guidance is
ID6.
D6, and what does inspiration do again?
I just added 2 rolls.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just get an extra d6 to something.
But I 15 to ramble door, which has already been unlocked.
And
Jesus.
necrotic.
Yes, no, it's all right. Well, with that, a Gizmo slams into the door with the full force of his body, and between the rotten wood and just the complete force of Gizmo's heavy ass body, it smashes through the door. Whatever is on the other side goes tumbling back with it. I want to stop. There we go.
Well,
And,
that's
as
Yeah.
the door
Yeah, by the-
crashes down. What? Were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say that Gizmo weighs like 200 kilo.
That is true. As you're in there,
Yeah, he'll
as the door
probably
opens,
be here.
black mist comes shooting out of the door behind Gizmo from the force of his entrance.
Well,
You can smell it smells like death and decay in there. Gizmo quickly comes running back out, not wanting to leave you all unintended. Looking through the black shadow, you can see tubs of gold there. Clearly the sangunium, yes. And with a bit of the light and as the black mist starts to go away, you do see 2 bodies on the floor, presumably the guards.
oh god.
Yes.
How trampled are they?
They are not too trampled. They look to be dead a long time, so they weren't like actively holding the door shut. They were probably just piled in front of the door.
well, we
Well, that
found
is
out what
not
happened to them.
How does it look like they died?
They're without going in to get too close. As far as you can tell, it looks like some kind of dark magic was cast on them. Their bodies look like they've been dead longer than should be possible, as their skin's already started to rot and decay. Their features have become very skeletal. They look like something had essentially drained life and energy out of them.
Necrotic
Oh,
energy,
boy.
I see.
Well, I'm gonna go over to one of them.
Going to walk into the shed to go look at the bodies.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, if it's narcotic shit, Magnus would stop you and go, since he is not flesh.
That's fair. Okay. Walking into the miasma of dark, evil blackness does not cause any kind of damage or discomfort, but it feels uncomfortable. The air around it is very cold and wet, and you can just tell it is unnatural and very, very much corrupt magic.
Yep, even to Magnus.
Even to Magnus, Magnus does not feel comfortable in it.
And when she
Well-
sees there's no negative reaction, Annika goes in too.
Okay. So you're all inside here now. There are a couple of boxes, a chest, and then 3 barrels of gold sangunium.
Yep, which Drexia is just swimming in one of them right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start unloading that fucking gold sanguinum, because that's what we're
Alright.
here to do.
Alright, let me go to the right screen so I can move those.
Yeah, Cypress is going to start taking the bodies out to bring them back so they can get buried properly.
Alright.
Yeah, if that's what Magnus would have been focused on, and he would start helping you.
Yeah, they don't appear entirely comfortable. But, you know.
Can Annika try and detect like the source of the black misty stuff?
Yes, you can.
Arcana, I assume.
Yeah, Arcana would be best. Choose two random corpse tokens I have.
That's not great.
That's not great at
Guidance.
all.
Oh,
Oh, guidance, yes.
Okay. that's better.
There you go, 14.
Thank you.
As you are looking around at the for the source of it, you notice that despite the door opening and a lot of the mist rushing out, it is still seeming to be regenerating slightly. You look around for the source and realize that it's coming down one of the walls. As your gaze slowly goes up along the walls, following the black mist, it finally reaches to the roof, and a figure, blackened in shadow with two fiery golden eyes, is clinging to the roof in dead silence, staring at you.
Annika's just gonna look at them and say, hello.
Is-
And then she's
is he
gonna point them
hot?
out.
And then she's gonna what?
She's gonna point them out to everyone. I think they're the cause of the black energy.
Oh,
It-
great! I'm gonna shoot them with a
Cypress
fire.
is going.
Come on.
Cypress
Murder?
is going to cast Magnify Gravity.
The
on
17
them.
hit.
Oh my god.
The 17 hit them.
Yes, the 17 hits them.
Cool, wonderful.
Yes.
I do 1 damage.
Okay, please make a con save.
Okay, just a sec, let me get to the thing's stats.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen, that's why I can't read it. Oh, I haven't even moved the token down. Done.
Should have shot them with my actual gun, but I was like, no.
There we go, let's move that to the token layer.
I just want to
Wait.
pull them down from
Wait,
the ceiling because that's funny.
Hey, with magnified gravity, how much of what would hit? How many of us would what hit?
Oh yeah,
Because it's an area.
it's a 10-foot radius.
What point they choose?
Well,
Yeah, how high up is the roof?
That's a good question. He's supposed to be over here. I
I
don't know,
feel like
about
you-
10 feet?
I feel like Cypress should be able to choose a spot very easily. Doesn't hit any of us.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll say it doesn't hit you. I'll be nice. It just hits it.
yeah, Cypress just wants it down on the ground.
So it's got to make a Constitution save.
Yep.
Okay. What was I doing this?
Yeah, so either way, I'll be taking 4 damage out too.
Really great damage output today, y'all.
Hey.
Okay, let me pull up my notepad for the combat.
Yeah. Would you want us to start rolling initiative?
Yes. We can all roll initiative now. Also, hell damn, yeah, it succeeded that. So yeah, he only takes 2 damage and isn't slowed. Excellent.
Oh, damn it, he's still on the ceiling.
I forgot to click on my token, so it's gonna my initiative head put manually.
Oh god damn it. I didn't connect my token. Whatever.
Where is the initiative?
I like how
Jesus
Drexel's.
Christ, is Ian.
I like how Drexel's the one with the supposed to be good initiative and is going after multiple people.
Fuck you, Drexel.
Hey,
Why does
I rolled a 2
Gideon
on a
almost
Oh,
d20 for...
one.
I rolled a
Gideon
2.
almost always goes first?
Violence, man. What do you want me to say?
I'm confused.
Also, Annika rolled surprisingly well too.
How do you bring
Initiative.
up the initiative tracker again?
I
I'm
don't
clicking
know.
it.
I don't know.
Where is
You're the
it, though?
DM.
There's an initiative tracker, you can click it.
Yeah, but where is it? It's not on.
On the side.
GM. Polygon.
His scuffness. Let's go.
Wait, shut up. Shut up. I'm legitimately not seeing it. What the fuck? It's reveal area. That's the. There we go. Okay. It's that one. Alright. Oh, nobody got put onto it. Okay. Fuck. Alright. I'll do his real quick and then I'll write in everyone's.
God, I just realized Drexel rolled a 2 for initiative.
I rolled a 2. That's otherwise I'd. Dude, I have really good initiative. My problem is just that that I didn't roll well.
Oh, I know the feeling. I'm so used to going last in initiative, going first.
Every day I wake up and I'm last in
Last in
initiative.
initiative. So true.
I prefer being last in initiative.
I know you do because you're a heal bot.
I mean, like, to be fair, support is better later initiative anyways, so...
Yes, that's
They
why I enjoy it.
They don't want to go first.
Yeah, I know.
So Cypress Cypress went in. Magnus's went in. It looks like the only ones that didn't go in are everyone else.
Yeah, I've got to click down on it.
Digion with Jesus, 20.16, hell yeah.
I don't even have like good initiative.
You just rolled a good die, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
Good job.
Totally not loaded. Don't know how you'd even do that online, but it's not, I swear.
And then we've got Drexel and then Annika at 16.15. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yep, that should be everyone. Should be able to see it on the turn tracker now.
Yep.
Excellent.
Although, here, have you done my values yet, Rom?
Why did the numbers not show up for the other ones? God damn it.
Because I didn't click down, so I have to input manually.
Oh no, but I thought I did put the numbers in. That's why I'm confused.
Oh.
So I thought I typed them in. Maybe I typed them in some wrong spot or something.
Yeah, also, I can't edit mine for some reason, I usually can.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I didn't click on your thing when I put it in.
Oh yeah, the minis aren't on, so they're probably not. Yeah.
That's why. All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're in now, so that's the
Yep.
important thing.
Numerically. All right. Well, there we go. That is the round order. Digion gets to go first.
Violence!
Is my enemy still on the ceiling real quick?
No, the gravity did knock it down to the ground. It's just not slowed by it, and only
I
took 2
gotta
damage.
remember how the fuck to play Paladin.
Hit
Been a
things
bit.
with sword.
I mean, yeah, you walk over, you hit it, and then you do smite, and that's every combat.
True.
It's very uncomplicated, I promise.
Sorry, unlike most people, I only have a single monitor, so I have to have everything up open here at once.
Wow, don't have
Technically
multiple-
do have
Mr.
a spell.
So he's just going to walk up and I believe smack it as you
Alright.
do with the rapier, because that makes sense. Remember how to roll. It's this. Let me just over here.
Oh shit.
Is this the first time I'm not gonna kill something in one fucking go?
I'd be very impressed if you managed to kill this thing in one go. That also definitely.
Don't
did not
underestimate paladins, dude.
happen. I will do whatever the fuck I want.
My sources, I made it the fuck up.
I'm gonna be real. I probably missed.
You did.
And
You did in fact miss.
he's what it is.
Dab on the haters
what I'm
first,
gonna-
do it.
Gonna do, because I have to remember which one is what on this. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is spend a spell slot and use compelled duel. This I'm gonna do compelled duel.
Mhm.
Probably should have done that first if I'm being real. But you know what? Let's not worry about that.
Is that interesting?
Saving throw. Okay, well, let's do it. Wisdom saving throw. Shit. Okay. He's good.
Bam.
Bullshit.
And that's it for
Me
Digion
when
then?
Ruxa rolls well.
I literally have nothing else I can do.
All right. Well then,
Because
next
I don't think I
is
do.
Annika.
Nika is squishy and too close to him, so she's gonna bonus action teleport away. And as an action is going to cast Mind Sliver. DC 14 saving throw.
DC 14 saving throw. Jesus. Okay.
Intelligence save.
Intelligence.
Specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
14, you said?
Yes.
Beat it.
Damn.
He.
Wow.
I don't know how to fight in a Ruxa game if she's not rolling like shit. What am I supposed to do?
Fuck off. Fuck you.
No, I can't do anything I want and get away.
There's only one thing you can
That's
do.
not how this is supposed to.
Sleep.
God.
Yes. Sleep.
I can do it, and I will. Do not fucking test me.
My turn then.
Ends your turn. All right. Cypress's go now.
Well, I'm not gonna cast sleep because I doubt that I could get above its HP. Yeah, no. Yeah, that should come later. Cypress is going to cast Chill Touch on the lad.
On this golden shadow. Okay.
Yeah, despite the name, it is actually a ranged spell. Does 23 hit?
Yes, the 23 hits.
Wait, shit. Sorry. Wait, what is going on? Oh, okay, there goes the damage. It's gonna be 4 necrotic damage on it.
Woo! Damage, am I right, boys?
And
yeah.
I can't actually heal either.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a side
that's true.
effect.
All right. Well, the necrotic damage doesn't seem very effective against it.
God damn it!
It does take damage, but
It
Not-
resists necrotic.
Don't know.
Cypress is like, Cypress is like, just so everyone is aware, necrotic damage is a no-go.
Understood.
And I just goes, oh shit.
I mean, that is half a damage spell, but she has other types that is disposable.
better. All right. That's it for Cypress.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, well.
Okay. Drexel's go.
Great. Okay, so I have gun, or rather, no, I have thunder gauntlets. Because that's the one I got today. So, I'm gonna take a few bonus action. I'm gonna take some temp hit points real quick from my armor. And I'm gonna hit him with my fist one time. So I roll with my spell attack bonus, I think. So that's, I don't have this programmed in because I keep forgetting to do it. So we're just gonna.
This is
16?
16 will hit.
Great, okay. So, it's only gonna take 5 thunder damage. But, it has a disadvantage on any attack made against targets other than me until my next turn.
All right. The thunder damage also doesn't seem to be too effective against it.
Interesting.
Oh my god!
That's rare.
Shit. Okay, well, I don't have that many other things. Whatever. I have other spells.
This is just made to fuck us up.
Yeah.
Or
Just wait until I
most
put it
slightest
to
thing and
sleep,
send
you
it to
fucker.
God.
The party when
Don't
they
worry, I know
encounter
what
a
I'm gonna
single
do next
enemy
time.
that doesn't die in one turn. This is made to counter us.
I mean, to be fair.
Very true, very true.
But yes, actually, it's so true.
Well,
Anything
it's
else?
resistant to like the damage types we do. Damn, don't be mean to me. I'm cool.
Anything else from Drexel?
No, I used my bonus action to take some temp hit points, so
All right.
yeah.
Well,
Oh no.
it is the golden.
It's time for it to
shadows.
counter us.
Activates nuclear explode. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, it activates the ability rocks fall and everyone dies. The end.
No, it is going to attack Drexel.
Okay. Just as I planned.
Oh, wrong one. That's the wrong one.
That's what I got those 10 hit points for.
What's Drexel's AC?
My AC is not big. I'm not gonna lie. It is a nice 15.
Okay, so it hits,
No.
Okay.
and it deals 8 psychic damage as its claws
Oh, you
reach through your
fucking
head.
asshole!
Wow.
I gave up my fucking resistance to psychic damage so I could fly.
Oh,
Get up
God.
Wow, this enemy was made to counter us.
Drexel goes, "Oh shit! I used to be resistant to this, and then my wings got better."
Oh no, my brain.
No.
Okay. Then for its movement, it turns
Oh no.
into. Let me get to the right tab. This.
Turns into the gay pride flag.
All right. No, it turns into a misty fog and just starts walking through people, not doing any damage, but just like literally walking through you like you aren't there. What's its speed? Okay. So, help if I'm on the right thing to select it. There we go. Yes. It's,
Nasty boy.
it just like shadowy like moves around you as it gets out of the building. You can see it wincing in the direct sunlight, but it keeps on moving. Magnus's
Really?
go now.
Digion, you got it. You gotta fucking get him. He doesn't like sunlight.
They say you could leave.
That messed up one of my plans like a little bit. Fuck it, I'm still gonna try. Magnus runs out. It's cute bar, Cypress, and Enaka.
Alright.
And then with his shield out, he full on charge. He charges with this thing and uses a shove action to try and knock him over.
Alrighty.
Which is my athletics first, either their athletics or acrobatics, whichever they're better at.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Oh,
Not 20,
shit.
never mind.
Oh no, what'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh my god!
The only thing that could even win is another nat 20.
Yeah,
I'm fucking.
yeah, did not get a nat 20, don't worry.
Imagine being a
Very
farmhand
old.
and you're working you're working on the farm today, and you know your owners have been acting strange, but it's whatever. And then all of a sudden, these people break into your shed and take out these dead bodies and barrels of piss. And then a demon walks out, and then a little robot man runs out and tackles the demon to the fucking ground. And you're just still out here working your day job.
Nope,
Does
don't
that do
touch
any
that.
damage, or was it just to knock it prone?
Here, but just to knock him prone.
All right. I am
Yeah,
sorry
and
to
then-
I'm sorry to say, despite your absolute perfect takedown, that would have knocked down even the most placed foes. It is in fact a shadow demon creature, and you just harmlessly shove into its shadowy nature.
God damn. I figured that was gonna happen after he ran out, but Right.
Okay. Is your bonus action gonna have
Yeah, I don't have anything else I don't have anything else I can do apart from order Gizmo to attack him. So that's what Magnus is gonna do. He's just gonna say, hey, Gizmo, sick him.
All right. Gizmo does his attack. Nice.
Yeah, Gizmo attacks with his thing, and that is a 25
Oh my
to
god!
hit.
Hell yeah, that hits. That hits.
3 force damage.
All right. Well, despite it being a shadow creature, that fucking hits him.
Why does Magnus always roll well?
I don't know.
Magnus
but
is a
it's
fucking
hilarious.
killer.
Yes.
Murderer.
So, next is Digion.
Violence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Digion, go run to catch up with everyone, and attempt to swing at him, gain with
Hey,
hopefully a success.
Mm-hmm.
hey, can we flank with him?
Yes.
Makes you get
So to-
advantage.
Yeah, to flank you have to be either here or here, don't you? Murder sandwich?
As far as I know, you can just flank by being next to someone in combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna rule just as long as the multiple people are surrounding them.
Yep, fair enough.
Alright, then with advantage, I'm gonna swing. It's 15.
That will hit.
Nice.
Pain. Okay, now I'm gonna make this one. This is gonna be a divine smite too. Another 2d8. So there's that, and then he gets. And it's what?
Jesus Christ.
So does Smite imbue it with any like holy trait or anything, or does it just do
Uh,
extra damage?
Divine smite is radiant damage.
It is radiant damage. Okay. Let me do that. So okay. So as your strike hits through the shadow, the divine energy powering through it just like shatters into the enemy, and you hear this like demonic entity make this very horrifying like scream of like rage and pain. Your swing clearly has hurt it quite extensively. All right.
Is Ruts cutting out for anyone else?
A bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I'll repeat that. Your strike, like shatters, like sends radiant shockwaves into it, and has clearly caused the creature a lot of damage or a lot of harm as it like lets out this like demonic scream.
God, I just realized I had divine sense. If I did that before we walked in, I would have known it was in there.
Lesson learned.
Right.
Lesson learned. Do it all the time.
I mean, in your defense, I played a paladin for a full campaign and used my divine sense like twice.
But okay.
It's very easy to forget.
Yeah.
I just realized I could have actually done my other smite and done more damage. I'm not gonna do it because that would be all of my spell slots gone.
Jesus. All right. Anything else from your turn?
I still have a bonus action.
Oh, you do.
I still have a bonus action. The smite just happens. Doesn't take anything.
Fair, fair.
That's fair. So, yeah, I'll attempt once again to use Compelled Duel as my bonus action.
Okay then.
And you know,
Oh boy.
if this works, this is about to be.
So it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Alrighty. Come on, baby. Come on, no, it failed. It super failed.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's fucking go!
That is huge.
Damn it.
Has disadvantage on anything it attacks other than me, and has to make a wisdom saving throw every time it attempts to move more than 30 feet away from me.
Yep.
Wait. Yeah, but that means that none of us can attack him, which don't know if that's something we will be aware of.
He just gets disadvantage on me.
What?
You are fine.
Yeah. Everyone else
Nah,
can still
nah.
attack him fine.
Now, at the bottom, if a creature friendly to you damages what target or casts a harmful spell on it, if you end your turn more than 30 feet away from the target, the effect ends.
Oh.
I can't read
Oh, it
the
does.
effect ends. It just says 30 feet away from the target. It doesn't say the
No,
the
it
effect.
says the spell ends if you attack any other creature.
Oh,
If you
okay.
cast a spell attack at the hostile creature, then target. Yeah.
Give a creature.
Um,
I'd never realized that was like so many restrictions on it. To be fair, the last time I used this, the guy attacked me once and then died right after. So give me a break.
Jesus. Alrighty.
Yeah.
well, better settings.
Yeah, but would we as characters know
I'll leave
what
that
side
up
works?
to you. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
that's
I'm fine if you do. I'm fine if you don't.
Yeah, that spell seems more for when
Yeah.
you're facing a group.
Yeah.
What is going on? Why is your number changing every time we get to yours? Why does it go to 40 now? What the fuck?
I think it's just making sure that they're at the top of the round, and it's roll 20 being roll 20, aka
Probably.
strange.
To be fair, last time it was me. This time it's Digion.
Yeah.
It's a
weird.
different
Yeah,
person.
because they're at the top of the round.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, just ignore it. It goes back to normal. So.
Alright. Alright. Well, that's it for Digion.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Annika's go.
I have to think because what I was going to do causes the damage technically, even if it's a very small amount.
Whatever you do, can you like move out of the entrance of the door?
I was going to anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna move to like here.
Would have just killed myself. No.
You know, yeah. Chris said he doesn't mind, so I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
I'm gonna try. Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna try this again. DC
Okay.
14 saving throw.
That hits. Okay, let's do the saving throw.
It- We don't know if it hits yet.
Oh, doesn't that say? Yeah, what?
Yeah, you have to roll
No.
a saving throw. Then we know
Oh,
if it
okay.
hits.
Okay. Saving throw. That is not a save. That passes. That fails. Sorry.
Okay, so next save. This is the important part. The damage is 1 to 11. Next saving throw he has to make, roll a d4 and subtract it.
Next saving throw. Roll a d4 and subtract it.
Yep. He loses
Alright.
the d4 on the next saving throw.
Okay. Are attacks through opportunity a thing? I think they are.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah,
Try to run
opportunity
without
attacks.
disengaging.
Annika doesn't have a melee weapon out, but like 3 people behind next to him
Yeah.
does. So if he tries to move, he's gonna get 3 up attacks.
Fair.
Yeah, well, since he's like a bloody shadow mist creature, I don't know if that negates opportunity attacks or not.
That is true. I guess technically you should have all done that when he moved through you in the shed, shouldn't he?
I can't because, well, I mean I could, but Cypress probably wouldn't.
Okay.
Do we want to retcon that or just keep going?
We'll just keep going right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Annika's done. Cypress's go.
Alright. Yeah, Cypress is gonna move here. And they're gonna catch Witch Bolt. They're gonna cast Witch Bolt on to the lad. Because I really like this spell.
Alright.
It is cool.
God damn it, 13. I don't think that hits.
That does not hit. Oh wait, yes it does.
Never
yes it
mind.
does. Sorry. Nope, it does.
Holy
It
shit,
just
it does?
barely hits.
Holy shit!
Based. Yeah. Now there's an extra effect to this spell. Excuse me while I roll my damage. It's gonna be 10 lightning damage.
Yeah.
And... Okay. And then, if I so choose next round, I can just automatically deal 1d12 lightning damage. I don't have to roll to hit it.
You're going to be so mad.
Does it resist lightning damage completely?
No, it's not a damage resistance. It's immune.
Did I kill it? What?
It's immune to lightning damage.
Yeah. God damn it. Well, never mind.
As you shoot
Cypress
your
was like, at least now we know.
as you shoot your lightning bolt at it, it like reaches a shadowy hand and just like deflects it away from itself.
Cypress is like, well, what can you do? Now we know.
No, we just have to battle G.I. Joe.
Just wait. One day there will be an enemy who hates lightning damage. This thing was made to counter.
Yeah, fuck this. I know exactly what I want to do here.
Alright, so then yeah, it's Drexel's go then.
Okay, so Dex is gonna... Let me see how far I can get with my 30-foot speed.
You can get pretty far.
1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I can get there. So, I'm gonna move right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh, it's a good one.
What does
Yep.
that do?
And the thing is if it tries to fucking... If it fails it and tries to leave, we all get opportunity. Okay, it's gonna make a Dex saving throw.
Okay, dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Don't forget to move a d4.
Oh yeah, and remove a d4. So it got a 7.
Oh, let's go. Okay, it failed. So, Fairy Fire. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range, and I'm basically making the cube anything basically from this corner in this direction, not touching any of us. However,
So
you know, any in the direction it's going.
All right.
Yeah, so
outline
he'll
in
really
whatever
be
color
involved.
I want.
So he'll really be in the bottom right corner of our area.
Yeah.
So like that.
It's gonna be outlined in it's gonna be outlined in like this pinkish. It's gonna be outlined in my colors, the ones I draw his magic in.
Okay.
The creature in the area when the spell's cast is outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed a dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object cannot benefit from being invisible. So, if it tries to leave we can all hit it with an opportunity attack at advantage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This thing was made to counter it.
No,
feel
not.
so
Hey, I'm
sorry
not
for
complaining.
Toby.
I haven't complained. I haven't. Okay, no, I did complain a little bit before, but then I came up with the god plan. So.
Alrighty, anything else from Drexel?
And then I'm gonna take a bonus action, give myself 4 temp hit points. Thank you.
Alright. Okay. Well, Golden Shannon's turn. It's pretty angry and pissed off everything going on. So it is
Understandable.
No, wait. Is it a saving throw for Fairy Fire?
It made it and it failed it.
failed.
Yep, I didn't catch that, sorry.
Yep, no, it's all good. All right. It is going to attack Digion, since he did a shit ton of holy damage that it hated.
Hey,
What's Digion's AC?
18.
Fuck, it missed.
Get fucked.
Yes! Finally!
No. Okay, as its bonus action, it's gonna shit itself and die. No, just kidding.
Literally me IRL.
It's not going to move. Fucking hell. Alright. So yeah, it's just gonna stay there and is like screaming and shouting in Digion's face.
So mad. Fucking.
Cope, seed, and malt.
And malt.
Magnus's go.
Yep, so he's seeing what he's here pretty much incorporeal. Hey, here Magnus just pulls out here his dagger and starts hitting him with a hilt of it. So still doing non-lethal damage.
Okay.
And that's gonna be like 14 to hit.
Hits.
Yep, and here real quick. How tall is Magnus compared to this thing?
Makes maybe like a third of the size of it.
But it's gonna go for crotch shots.
Doesn't really have a crotch, but okay.
Absolutely.
Oh well. 9 piecing.
Alright. All because of its
I'm glad this thing
incorporeal
doesn't.
form, it's not as effective, but it does hit and it does deal some damage.
Yep.
Murder boy.
And then he's still trying to be non-lethal because he wants to try and question his thing afterwards.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then bonus action for Gizmo, so what he attacks again. That's the end of my turn. Gizmo attacks.
Yep.
What? I advantage because of flanking. 25.
Yep.
9 force
Damn.
damage.
Alright. Okay, well, yeah. He also gets a pretty decent bite in him. Jeez. Shadow's getting
There's
fucked.
not that many things that are immune to force damage, to be honest.
There was like 3 things in the entire compendium.
Yeah, by the way, my dagger counts as a magic weapon. I'm not sure what affects anything.
That does affect something, thank you. I will adjust for that.
Yep.
Plus... No. Minus. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it did a bit more damage. Okay. Alright, and that's it for you?
Yep.
Remember, to
Yep, that's it.
the spellcasters in the room, you do have advantage on any attacks you make on this guy. So if you
Yes,
decide
I
to
do.
do a spell, you should do an attack
All right.
roll. Yeah.
Well, the shadow creature, its shadowy form is not as, like, concrete and stable. Its eyes are kind of wavering in brightness. It's, taking a pretty heavy beating from y'all.
Get fucked.
He done messed up.
Yes, it is Digion's go.
Lord Death of Murder Mountain. Okay. First, I'm gonna use Harness Divine Power. That's what you can see here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna. Boop, I now have a spell slot.
Okay.
I wonder where that one's gonna potentially go. Okay. I am once again going to smack him in the name of a god I don't believe in. It's 16.
Hey, smack him in my name with yourself.
I smack him in the name of me. I am God. Get fun.
All right. Well, it does hit him.
Alright. So that's. That was. Oh god, I can't even see the typing thing because of the damn character sheet. I hate how small my goddamn laptop is.
It's unfortunate.
And there's 7 on top of that.
All right. So that's 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay. Another very good hit of your holy magic gets into him and screams in demonic rage and anger. Its form is barely keeping stable now.
Bottom fucking bully.
It is now Annika's go.
Okay. Judging by that we can see itself, this action might be overkill, but it is resistance, so I'm going to throw a chromatic orb at it.
All right.
Let's fucking go. That's such a good spell. Oh my god, you rolled so bad.
Nope, so I think it's
13.
hits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
Okay, I can
was
just
this thing
hit.
Drexel's AC?
I can hit with almost any type I want.
Dex with 15.
I'll choose fire because we don't know about that one yet, do we?
You do not
Right.
know about that one yet.
Okay, I'll choose fire then.
Hmm.
15 damage of fire.
Jesus.
I mean, it's probably dead anyways.
Yeah, it does have resistance to fire, but that's still exactly enough to actually beat it.
Let's fucking go. You know
Yes.
there's a wizard class, I think it's scribes, I'm not sure, where you can game your shit so that you can make the chromatic orb do force damage.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
shit.
Bruh,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
That's you basically saying no one will resist my attacks ever.
Yep. It's it also lets you do ritual spell casting in like one act, like in the normal action to the spell. It's a good wizard spell
Yeah,
class.
I mean, like,
Nice.
why do you think I ran out and bought that gem as fast as I could? Because this spell's awesome.
All right. Well, with that chromatic orb, it hits it. The shadow form starts to lose its solidity completely. It fades out. It reaches its hands towards Annika, as it does.
Does it do?
It's reaching its hands out towards you.
The stairs.
Yes. As the smoky form starts to dissipate, for a brief moment, its face actually becomes very humanoid, and its golden eyes shine very bright before they fall to the ground. The shadow is completely dissipated, and in the ground where it once stood, god damn it. Here, just a sec. I'm gonna stop the music for a sec, see if that helps. Okay, can y'all hear me now?
You might have helped.
Yep.
Okay, so as its form dies out, its face gets actually very detailed human, for a moment, or humanoid, Ecosian.
Ooh.
And as the shadows dissipate, its two eyes glow very bright gold. And as the shadows just kind of break apart into mist, the two eyes fall to the ground. And where it once stood, now lays just two small golden orbs that start to turn dim.
I pick a one up.
And Nika picks the other one up then.
Yeah, Magnus was gonna start doing ritual casting Identify on him.
Yeah, I'll hold it. I'll give it to Magnus. I'll give mine to Magnus at least to identify, because mine, I do not have that spell prepared. I thought I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I ritual casted to save a spell slot, which takes like 10 minutes.
You know, it's our walking while we're walking to Cypress's house. You know,
All right.
just staring
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, Magnus would actually ask, but I was thinking about it himself. What the hell was that? Oh,
It seemed
what was
like
that?
I was about to scream.
It seemed like some sort of sangunium construct.
Hey, can we roll an Arcana to our region to try and see what it was?
Okay. Yes.
So either or.
Yes. Whichever one you
Yep.
feel you would do better with.
What?
Okay.
Do you want to take guidance on that, my guy Mago?
Yep. Might as well if it can be done after the roll.
Sorry, I haven't been looking at the. I am not currently looking at the Roll20. I am scrolling through Twitter.
Jesus. For sure. Wow.
Wow.
Rude. Rude.
Alex, I
hey.
need you on your A game.
Hey, we were in combat, okay? Being in combat means I get to scroll through Twitter after I decide what I'm doing next.
Oh my
Alright?
All right.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire in about 7 minutes. And until then.
Well, don't worry. 16. How did I not see that till now? Anyway, you identify it as being a type of bound spirit. It's essentially created with dark magic, a spirit that is bound to a place to guard and watch over it. So it's essentially a magical construct. That
Yeah,
is...
you keep cutting out there still.
My internet. Why is my internet being so fucky?
Oh, so it was what, like a bound spirit?
Yes, a bound magical construct using a mixture of dark magic and powered by the gold sanguinium orbs that you saw as its eyes.
Yep.
Yes, so
Wait, go. Quick question: can I use those for my whole for my thing I want to do?
if you feel it's safe to use those when they came from a fucking dark corrupt entity, sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably identifying them, so I guess I'll know if they're good or not.
Jesus. But yes, it was a entity of some sort that was guarding the place and taking on the vague appearance of that usually will take on the appearance of whoever cast it. Hence its slightly human face, more, Ecosian face at the end when it broke apart.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, so Magnus would relay what he's identifying the thing. It seems like this thing was a magical construct that was powered by the gold sanguinium orbs here that it dropped and dark magic. It takes the form of whoever summoned it. Yes. And yeah, that's it. I don't think Magnus saw who it was.
No.
Well, whoever summoned it was an ugly motherfucker. So, I suppose we should,
Could it perhaps be
maybe, but we were told that AD was handsome. entity did not have any objective. There was no objective features that would be deemed attractive to an ordinary humanoid.
To be fair, you were told he was handsome by people who are clearly having their perception of him altered.
Yeah, but you see, Drexel doesn't know what handsome
Yeah,
means.
I think only Annika saw what it actually looks like at the end.
Fair.
All right. Well.
By the way, we are. Yeah, where are we putting this? By the way, are we taking this to Cypress's house with the dead bodies, or are we taking it back to Xing?
No. You see, circling above you, keeping an eye on the whole thing, is Xing's familiar. Meaning he has watched you and is presumably going to send guards to help clean this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up to Xing's familiar and be like, you did a very bad job. Please take the sangunium to the place. We have to go.
Wow, are you saying his familiar did a bad job? I can't believe you'd be so mean.
Yes, I am saying it did a bad job. The familiar said everything was fine. There were 2 fucking dead bodies inside of there.
Well, I couldn't see them. They're inside the building, you smartass.
Yeah, the building.
No, I'm gonna have to report you to PETA for this. Adox, I can't believe you.
Jeez. Well, either way.
Fuck, I'll kick an owl if it's stupid.
Jeez. Oh, God.
Ooh, we're getting canceled tonight, baby.
Of course.
I mean, I feel like if we didn't get canceled over the piss takes, I feel like we wouldn't get canceled over this.
Jesus.
Hey man, I'm just playing my character.
Oh my God, y'all. Well, the familiar flies off to go report to Xing and everything. One of the farmhands actually comes over, having just witnessed the last bit of that.
I actually do have one quick question.
I'm gonna cast alarm on the sangunium so that I know when it's broken.
Okay.
Like
also,
when people
Was she able to, just because it was a thing, was she able to actually see enough of him to know if he would have been attractive or not? Or was it very vague?
It's very vague. It was just like it was just a very general face. Like if you saw the face again, you might recognize it, but yeah.
So she just so she's the occasion and nothing beyond that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And yes, you can set alarm onto the sangunium. The farmhand comes over. He actually explains that the 2 guards had actually came and asked people about the place before investigating it and told them it should be unlocked because the farmhand explains that as far as he's aware, it's an abandoned shed that nobody uses for anything. It's not actually supposed to have anything in it.
You were wrong, but
well, yes. Well, we never
now
bothered to.
You're right.
We never bothered to go into it because the key's been lost for a long time, and we never really needed the shed. So we figured once we needed into it, we'd just break it open and whatnot. So I guess someone, with unbeknownst to all of us, was storing it, or at the very least, bribing someone to help them sneak it onto here.
Can I insight check to see if this guy is
yes.
bullshitting and actually knew that this was there? Cool. Guiding myself, thank you. I have very bad insight. God fucking damn it.
I cast guide on myself.
Yeah, no, I can't. I just automatically mistrust him. Yeah, I
Drexel for the one time in existence. You seem trustworthy, good sir.
No, here's the thing: is if I fail an insight check, then I just go with what Drexel would think without any insight, which is that this person is literally the BBEG of the game. So
fair enough. Jesus Christ. The guy turns around. He holds a little pocket. He holds a little note in his pocket that he's like shreds to pieces that says "I am AD." But no, that didn't happen. That's not canon.
The amazing thing is he doesn't "I am" and when you cut out.
I am AD.
It's like a little fucking one of those hi, my name is AD.
Yes.
Andrew Darfield.
Andrew Darfield. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, I've ever heard one.
anyway, we need to be getting to wrap this up. So, yes, your insight didn't go off. Guards eventually come to get the sangunium and bodies and everything. Xing isn't with them, but one of them brings, speaks on his behalf and says, he said, thanks for doing this. I'll make sure you're compensated more when you next meet, and to come back to him when you're ready to continue this investigation after you get set up at your new staying quarters.
Yeah. I'm assuming at this point identify popped.
Yes, identify will pop. They
Yeah.
are in fact two. Here, let me read this one. Okay, so you learn that these are handcrafted magical items. Two sanguinium orbs that are basically artificially condensed sanguinium. The process of making them doesn't require any dark magic, but them having been used in this creature's creation has in fact corrupted them, and they have both lost a lot of their magical charge and energy, and hence why they've started to go dimmer, and are in fact slightly tainted by corruption.
Yep. So Magnus just here turns to others and says, "Here, these were really contents. Here's Sanguinum. Here they were handcrafted by someone. They're not inherently bad, but they become corrupted because of the way they were used. And now they've lost most of their magical properties. So I would recommend getting them here purified somehow before using them for anything." And that's it.
Yes. All right. Well, this will be where we cut off session. Next session will be arriving at the manor and everything, and dealing with stuff there, which will be very interesting.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions or last minute things?
Not really.
Not
Does
not
Xing,
what I can think of.
does Xing love me yet?
You don't know. Stop thirsting over my NPCs.
No. he
Don't
hates
tell me
you
what to
just
do.
because she
Can I
died.
talk to Cypress on our way? Or should we
Yeah.
do that next time?
Probably do
I'm down,
Oh,
but
Oh.
I'm down for either way. I don't care either way.
I think next time will be better, because next time will be a proper Wednesday where we'll all have a lot more time and everything.
Okay.
Face for face sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yes. But
Yep,
yes. So thank you everyone who stopped by and listened in. Sorry for a shorter session this week. My life's been crazy. But thank you everyone for accommodating and meeting up tonight for the short little session. Things
It's
should be
been
back.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun little short one.
I mean, like, I will say, while the combat wasn't technically hard, I actually still thought it was a lot of fun.
We
Because-
didn't kill the
because
guy
we
in one
actually-
hit this time. Hell yeah.
Because we actually kind of had to actually use some strategy there
Yes.
to lock it
As-
down.
Damn, y'all had to use strategy.
Y'all,
Yes.
I've been using strategy every combat. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was.
That's the whole point
I've
of the
been-
Artificer, is it's all like really utility spells, and none of them actually do much fucking damage. So you gotta like be smart with it.
Originally, I
Yeah.
was gonna make it a lot harder combat, but since I knew tonight needed to be a bit shorter, I cut it down to just be the one demon thing.
And yeah, like the closest Annika has to utility spells to basically is the Mind Sliver.
Alrighty. Well,
What?
Yep.
before we
Yeah.
continue on,
Yeah.
before we continue on conversing at all, I'm actually gonna properly end stream. So, yes. Thank you, everyone. See you next time. Bye.